Hello and welcome to the Sustainable and Environmental Design Lower Division Courses module. In this module, we will go over the lower division requirements for the SED major. You may be wondering which courses you will need to take to start your journey in the SED major. An overview of the courses and requirements includes 2 English writing courses, Biz 2B Introduction to Biology, Ecology and Evolution, any 1 4-unit class in statistics, and any 1 4-unit class in physical science, which can include astronomy, chemistry, geology, physics, or soil science. 1 4-unit course in political science, 1 4-unit course in economics, and 1 4-unit course in sociology. In addition to the preparatory subject matter, students will take 7 LDA classes in the first 2 years as SED majors, which are LDA 1, 2, 3, 21, 30, 50, and 70. There are a total of 15 lower division classes, and taking the lower division courses will satisfy 61 units. It is important to note that all classes required for the major must be taken for a letter grade. Now we will go more in depth into the classes. Biz 2B Introduction to Biology, Principles of Ecology is a 5-unit class and is a prerequisite to some LDA courses like LDA 50. Some recommended courses to take for statistics requirement are Stats 10 Statistical Thinking or Stats 13 Elementary Statistics. For physical science, we recommend Chemistry 2A General Chemistry, Chemistry 10 Concept of Chemistry, Geology 1 The Earth, Physics 7A General Physics, but this course has prerequisites. It is important to note that some courses may have prerequisites, and Astronomy 25 Introduction to Modern Astronomy and Astrophysics. For political science, we recommend Political Science 1, American National Government, 2, Introduction to Comparative Politics, or 3, International Relations. For economics, we generally recommend Econ 1A, Principle of Microeconomics, or 1B, Macroeconomics. And for sociology, we recommend Sociology 1, Introduction to Sociology, 2, Self and Society, or 3, Social Problems. There are other courses for each subject that will fulfill this requirement. However, the course must be at least 4 units. For the SED major, students need 2 English writing courses. Some examples and recommended lower division English classes include ENL 3 Introduction to Literature, UWP 1 Introduction to Academic Literacies, 48 Style in the Essay, 49 Writing Research Papers, Comparative Literature 1, 2, 3, or 4, Native American Studies 5, Introduction to Native American Literature, Communications 1, Introduction to Public Speaking. For upper division, the UWP 101 Advanced Composition, 102, or the 104 series is recommended. Taking an upper division English writing course can satisfy upper division units. However, you need 90 units or more before you can take upper division writing, and be aware that the upper division UWP classes do have prerequisites. Taking an upper division writing can help satisfy the 54 upper division unit requirement for the SED major, so it is recommended but not required, as students can choose to take 2 lower division courses instead of an upper division. Moving on to the LDA classes, the first 3 LDA courses students will take in their first year are LDA 1, which is an Introduction to Environmental Design. In this class, students will gain the fundamentals in order to continue their journey in SED and LDA classes. Students will learn the role of design and basic methods used by design professionals that can be applied to the real world. In this class, students will have sketching exercises, writing assignments, and will learn a general overview of how to evaluate, design, plan, and manage landscapes in the built environment. The next course is LDA 2, Place, Culture, and Community. In this class, students will read and recognize cultural landscapes and be able to apply cultural meaning to the creation of the contemporary built environments. The topics that will be discussed in lecture and discussion include agricultural, military, transportation, housing, wilderness, recreation, and tourism. In this class, students will partake in projects to learn more about the history and culture of landscapes that surround them. Moving on to LDA 3, Sustainable Development, Theory and Practice, students will learn the origins theoretical perspectives, and applications of sustainable development through lectures, sketching, projects, and walking tours. Students will develop a design plan for a sustainable site as a final project. Moving on to more LDA classes, students will take LDA 21, Environmental Design Representation 1. This course does have a prerequisite of LDA 1 or can be taken concurrently. In this class, students will begin to partake in design projects. Students will express their ideas through graphic media, will learn drawing techniques, and will represent the built environment through drafting. Next, we have LDA 30, History of Environmental Design. In this class, students will learn about the history of environmental design, influential architects and planning, community and urban design modeling. Students will get the opportunity to have creative freedom in design projects. Moving on to LDA 50, Site Ecology. This course does have a prerequisite of Biz 2B. In this class, students will be introduced to ecological concepts of the landscape such as nutrient dynamics, population regulation, and community structure. This course has a weekly lab where students will visit sites and participate in field exercises. The last lower division course in SED is LDA 70, Introduction to Spacemaking. This class has a prerequisite of LDA 21. In this class, students will be introduced to the principles of design for the creation of space. Students will create 3D physical models with basic materials. A reminder that all classes for the major must be taken for a letter grade. Lastly, we will discuss how AP scores can satisfy major requirements. An AP Chemistry score of 3 or 4 satisfies Chemistry 10, and a score of 5 satisfies Chemistry 2A. If a student received a score of 3 or higher in AP Chemistry, then they have satisfied the physical science requirement for the SED major. An AP Statistics score of 4 or 5 satisfies Stats 13. A score of 3 or more in AP Macroeconomics satisfies Econ 1B, and a score of 3 or more in AP Microeconomics satisfies Economics 1A. Lastly, a score of 4 or 5 on an AP English exam can satisfy one of the lower division English writing requirements. For example, if a student receives a 4 or 5, then that score fulfills the requirement for ENL 3 and UWP 1. However, it only satisfies one lower division course. This means that the student still has to take one more English writing course that is not ENL 3 or UWP 1 to fully satisfy the English writing requirement. For more information, check out the Advanced Placement Credit and chart in the General Catalog.